team I was with, and I'll give a shout out to Kim Weber from Cameron High School. She allowed me to assist her this year, which is not very far here. I'm still located in Menominee. So I helped out with the girls program in Cameron. And I'll give her a shout out for allowing me to do that. I really enjoyed being her assistant. One of the things that you might look at when you're pressing is you like to force 30 or more turnovers per game. Now you might say 30, where'd you come up with the number 30? Because let me tell you something. If you force 30 turnovers in a game, you will take the press off because the game probably very likely is over. If you have forced 30 turnovers in a game, you don't need 40 turnovers because there's a good chance if you get up to 40, you're probably running the score up, and we would never do that. This year at Cameron, we averaged 27 turnovers per game. Another thing that you want when you're going to be a pressing team is you want to have fewer fouls than your opponent. 18 of the 24 games that we had this year, we had fewer fouls than our opponent. 18 of the 24 games. That's pretty good. Your press mentality, once your team buys in and they accept it as something that they want to do, kind of a statement that we've always used with our teams. When the opponent drives up to the school, we pick them up at the bus. And obviously that's rhetoric, that's a metaphor, but that's the kind of attitude that you want to have you want your team to have when it comes to pressing. We press make or miss or dead ball. We are pressing. The 60% that I've listed down there is just to remind me on what we mean. If you only press off makes and dead balls and you are a 40% shooting team, that means 60% of the team you're not pressing. Or 60% of the time you're not pressing. That doesn't work. Now you got 60% of the time the other team is walking the ball up and they're relaxing. You need to press off misses. Coaches ask all the time, they ask about breakdowns. They ask about like how much time do you spend in practice? 20 minutes of practice is more than adequate in order to practice the run and jump press. Sometimes it can be more, sometimes it can be less, but 20 minutes of practice to incorporate the run and jump is plenty enough in a 2-hour practice. 6 minutes of breakdown drills, you can run 2 or 3 drills. 7 minutes of half-court drives or shooting off the free throw, pressing full court. 7 minutes of problem-solving situations, putting your team in a situation. What happens when the team breaks it this way? What happens when they clear out? What are you going to do? And here's what I will tell you. When you run these situations, coaches, let the kids figure it out. You're there to help them out, but let the kids figure it out. Don't spoon feed them. We'll talk about that a little bit later.